check a 1, 2. Oh, Casey. Makeup. I was actually trying to get something to work and I can't get it to work. So I just went old school. Oh, we are live. What? What? Where's everybody else at? Everybody else is already off, all the late timers. I just figured I'd do a call-in show tonight. See if we get any crazies out. Still working on a few other projects, so make sure I am live and my audio is working. What? Yeah, we are live. So you guys got the number. All you got to do is pick up the phone. We met some people today. We met some underground followers and some soon-to-be local folks. Had a little bit of fun. Better grab one more drink, Wendy. I got the phones open, so y'all can call in. If you get put on hold or if I don't answer, it's because someone else is on the line. Go live on the air. What? I caught the very last end of Jay's show. Oh, please like, hit the button, call, do whatever heals death. Storms are coming, that's what they say. I guess it's raining outside right now. I don't know if it's snowing. I'm going to shoot some brilliant footage tomorrow. If the storm is actually going to come like they say it is, I got my drones charged. I'm going to charge the rest of my cameras. And we'll go from there. Look. Hinsdale girls being all like mod, like telling people what to do. Did I miss a call? I might have just missed a call. Oh crap. I might have just hung up on somebody. Oops. That's not good. You trying to do a call-in show and you hang up on somebody? Six lousy years, huh? Jeez. Casey ain't got no... She ain't calling in. She gets all tongue twisted and gets quiet. She's a keyboard comedian. That's a little dare, probably. Miss Murder Australia. Telling what's going on there in Australia. These people walking away for nothing. Oh, all of a sudden Dad says someone call in and everybody gets mic shy. I see how it is. Y'all want me to just rant about something, huh? non-parole period. Josh B, you remember? I'm a mod mode for. That's nice. It comes natural. I know. I just got done texting with Jay about that. What's up, Holly? Josh B. I've been busy today. We went down and went to a funeral, or kind of a memorial, not really a funeral, a memorial for my buddy Max. Casey, keyboard comedian, double dare you. They're calling you out. I can call if you want. It's up to you. The number's up. This is a open lines. Right here, Dad with a phone. It's 10:53. I'll probably go till midnight. So we'll probably got an hour-long show. So if you're gonna get your questions in, you better get them in now. Cause I'm probably gonna go out. I got me a little tea though. We'll go live once I'll go live once I get a caller. I figure I don't have to come on camera if I don't get a caller, so I'm trying a few things new. Don't know if this is gonna be something I do. I got a couple little hey, Dad with a phone. What's up, Amy? Amy, this is a call-in show. You got anything to ask Dad? You got any questions? Holly? Pooh Bear. Josh B, get on the horn. Josh has already called in one time. Casey, you little keyboarder, just stay there behind the keyboard. Don't be trying to tell people. I ain't worried about if how's Muffin. Muffin is sleeping right now. Hopefully she ain't. We don't wake her up. Everybody's asleep. All the children's be asleep. The wife's asleep. Dad's just creeping up at night, trying to finish up some timeline stuff. But I figured I could take some phone calls if anybody wanted to chat. I heard y'all had a pretty heavy chat over at Jay is for Justice's earlier. Check out Lisa. Check out Jay is for Justice. They just finished up a show with her brother, I think. So she had a video just go. Uh-oh, Amy's calling. Amy says I'm calling. What are we going to talk about, Amy? You going to give me a heads up? Night creepy. I had a good day. I met an underground follower all the way from Alabama. She came all the way to Colorado just to see Dad with a phone. I'm just kidding, but that's the way I'm going to believe it. She came here with her husband and they were on vacation, but she did make some time to meet up with Dad with the phone, so that was kind of fun. Well, Pooh Bear, you better put your bells and whistles on. Amy, you can call it. Oh, she said just a second. Oh, we got a call coming in. You're live on the air with Dad with the phone.
Oh, good Lord. Hi, Dad with the phone. It's Amy.
Oh, how's it going, Amy?
No, it's pretty good. How are you doing?
Doing good. We had a busy day today, but it was a good day.
What did you do today?
Oh, what I do today?
Yeah.
Well, I talked to you guys on the internet for a couple hours, and then I did a funeral. I didn't do a funeral. I went to a kind of a funeral memorial service And
That's too bad. I'm sorry.
yeah, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't anything could be worse. So
That's true.
um, yeah, it was good. But what was your day consisting of?
Oh, not a whole lot. It was just kind of a bum day. Just hanging out. This and that. Nothing fun. Nothing exciting.
Nothing
But,
exciting.
no, not really. It's wet and rainy here in Iowa, so, yeah, you know? But,
Well, you got any questions for Dad?
oh, sure. I was just going to ask you, what was your Dateline experience?
Well, it was fun. I look at the traditional medias. Like I look at Dateline like a traditional media channel. So
Right.
it's fun to go play in those realms a little bit, and they treated me nice. So I can't complain. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Do they do, like, rehearsals and stuff first? Or,
Oh, absolutely not.
oh,
No, we did 2 straight hours of interviews. We did about a sit down for about an hour and 15, and then we did like a 45 minute drive around Woodland Park. And what you got to understand is Dateline normally doesn't release a story until it's over. I'm not a hundred
right.
percent. I'm not 100% sure why they chose to release part one so early, except that they're trying to keep up with. They're trying to keep up with all of you guys. They're trying to capitalize on all the web popularity of these.
Yeah, they've seen it all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that was the thing. It wasn't like anything new that came out. It would. They
Right.
did have the interview with the girl in jail, but um,
Right.
and what you're gonna see, there's gonna be a part two. Andrea Canning's already tweeted that out. I've got actual texts from the producers that say there's gonna be a part two. So they're gonna finish that up. I think they're just gonna end up waiting until either the end of the
The trial?
trial. Yeah, either
Yeah.
the end of the trial or maybe they'll do another part right before the trial. So either way, it was.
Maybe they'll end up doing three parts, maybe before the trial and after.
I think if they were smart, if y'all bug them enough, y'all go back over and
Yeah.
tweet at Andrea and say, hey, make sure you do second part before the trial.
Because there's going to be so much. I have a feeling there's just going to be so much. And we
Yeah.
don't even know.
Well, and we're not
Yeah.
gonna really know. We're not gonna really know what's real facts and real admissible in court. We don't know how much of the stuff that they read and how much of the stuff they talked about in pretrial, how much of that is going to
Right.
be admissible in court. Just because they read
Right.
it in pretrial doesn't mean they can take it to trial. So it'll be interesting to
Right.
see. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
Are they still out there at the landfill looking for Kelsey?
The
Or
last
that
the
one?
Yeah, the last update I got was that they were still searching the landfill. They were still actively searching it, and but I haven't heard any release of updates or anything new as far as them finding anything.
I was going to say, do you think they're doing that for more for the family or more for, I mean, just so they can have some bit of closure, or do you think they're really doing that for evidentiary purposes? Because what could they find other than, like, pieces of the tote? And wouldn't she mostly be, not to be crude or mean, but wouldn't she mostly just be ashes? Or,
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason they're doing it is obviously, I think their number one reason is for the family.
right,
But I also think it's almost their obligation to exhaust all their means to try to
right, yeah,
find some remains or any evidence that may help them tell the story with physical evidence. So, uh, you know, I bet it wasn't an easy decision to make because they're going to be spending money out there, they're going to be spending resources and different things, and so
it's such a big area too. Like, I wouldn't even know how they would begin to search.
Well, I think systematically they're searching. They're definitely searching. There's a systematic process in which they're using to search, which you would hope that was the case. So if they're
Right.
systematically searching a certain area, to put it like in layman's terms, it would be like you went through the gate and they handed you a ticket and said drive over to this area, right? And so
Right.
they know where he drove to and where it was at the location. But yeah, it's a search for a needle inside a needle
Right.
stack, not a haystack, a whole nother. They're looking for a very specific piece of something that they don't even know what it is, and it's mixed up with a bunch of other somethings that they don't know if those somethings have anything to do with what they're looking for. And so it's literally they're looking for a very specific needle inside a stack of a bunch of needles. And so it's not even it almost
I really do.
seems.
Yeah. It seems impossible almost.
Well, yeah,
Like,
it does. It does seem impossible. It's because it's very highly in it's very highly improbable that they're going to find something that could even be used as evidence. But
right.
but
So
again, they have to
maybe
do
the
it.
tote
The t-
from the tote.
yeah, but to be able to narrow down that tote, there would have to be some sort of DNA on that tote. There would have to be something that
Right.
says that tote is the tote that was burned with, so I think the only thing that helps them with evidence is if they find a piece of bone that they can DNA test back to Kelsey.
That's just that's going to be so hard. I just find it impossible. I hope that they do for the family's sake more than I do for
I'm
evidence
pretty.
purposes.
I I would
They can
believe.
respect on the body, you know.
No, yeah, they can, but it's a daunting task to do that. But I think the family is 100% at peace. Um, would it help them if they found something out there? I don't think so. I don't think it makes a difference if they. I think the family is at peace according to people who talk with the family. I haven't spoken with the family, but I have spoken with people who talk to the family. And so those people have conveyed that the family is at peace. That doesn't mean the cops should stop looking. They should definitely
Oh,
run the course of whatever they could. They should exhaust every means possible. Um, I'm
would they
worried.
tell us if they found something?
Nah,
Or would they
nah.
tell
I
us?
I don't know that they would tell us outright. Um, I don't think they would tell us outright. Do I think we would find out? Yeah, I think we would find out pretty quickly, because they would want to show. They want to show those successes. They're
Right.
so I would definitely think they would find out. Um, it would get leaked out pretty quickly.
Yeah. Also, I was wondering if you could. Is there a second lady that they're looking at besides KK?
Yeah,
I
the great mystery of is there a second woman involved? Well, I do believe 100% that Mrs. Frazee is involved. So if you ask me, are there two women involved? I would say yes. Now, if you're
yeah.
asking me if there's another woman in Idaho or another woman that's a nurse, or is there another phone
An
call?
ex-girlfriend, maybe.
What?
An ex-girlfriend, another ex-girlfriend, or somebody who tried to solicit. But it's probably just Mrs. Frazee, I would think.
Well, I mean, if there is another woman that is going to be indicted or arrested or anything, it's not going to be someone that changes KK's story. You got to
Right.
understand. So, like, if they had another woman under suspicion, and all of a sudden there was another woman that came up under suspicion outside of Miss Omar Frazee. Omar Frazee has already been put under suspicion. When
Right.
when she said, "I'm not going to testify unless I get immunity," I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know any other way to raise red flags. So,
Yeah, exactly, right?
yeah. So it's very possible that they could bring charges up against Omar Fraze. And let me tell you why they would do that. Here's the reason they would do it. Because Patrick's a mama's boy. If you bring charges up against Mama, Patrick may start saying, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! I'll take the rap. Blame it on me.
Right.
You know, blame it on me. Don't blame her. I'll tell you what happened. Blame it on me." So this idea and this little rumor, it may be a factual little rumor. They may be working a warrant. They have 6 warrants that they haven't run yet. And so,
Oh,
yeah, we know there's 6 warrants that either haven't been run or haven't returned, and they didn't want to release those to us because they didn't want us to know the information on those. So they didn't release those warrants, and so it very possibly they could be holding a warrant for the arrest of Omar Fraze, and they could be strategically waiting on purpose because they wanna pressure. They
Patrick.
Yeah, they want to pressure Patrick into admitting something, telling his story, saying something. So
I know he's a mama's boy, but do you actually think that he would go down for his mom? Is he too much of a psychopath to, like, you know what I mean? Go down for someone else? I mean, if they bothered his mom? Like, I don't know. I keep saying like a lot. I've been watching too much Chris Rock stuff. But anyway.
no, I mean it's. Let me put it this way: he wouldn't move in with a beautiful girl because he wanted to stay with his mama.
Yeah.
You know, like Kelsey wanted him to live with Kaylee and her at the condo. That's what she wanted, but he wouldn't leave Mama. So I think he would take one for Mama, but
And, and there's no way that they would give custody of Kaylee to the Mama Fraze with, you know, a suspicion, would they? They wouldn't even take it seriously.
well, when you say they, are you talking about?
Like the family court, you know, like.
Yeah, like.
They
Is there any possible way that they would let off an accessory to murder?
Yeah.
Did they? I mean, no. I'm asking. So, like, is there any possible way in your mind that you would have ever seen someone admit to coming down, gonna kill a woman a couple of times, and then, oh, I decided not to do it, and then, oh, but I helped this other guy do it? Would you ever have thought in your mind that they would have let her off with little more than a ticket?
Absolutely not.
So when you ask me if they will give custody of Kaylee to Omar Fraze, I want to scream. There's just no possible way.
Right.
But I would have never thought in a million years that someone could knowingly, first of all, for months, know somebody was actively trying to kill someone, that then that person could actively complicit come down here, almost commit the act themselves, still go back home, go back and come back and clean up and do all this stuff. I would have said you're crazy. If you would have asked me this on November 1st, I've been like, there's no way that will ever happen.
Right.
And here we are in February. What is it? It's March. In March, talking about it, you know?
Right.
So,
Well, if she splits up, though, right? If KK screws up and does something against her agreement, they can still put her in prison, right?
only for the maximum amount of time. So, a maximum amount of time would be 3 years for KK. Now, the question is can she screw up and void the deal? I do not think that the deal is written that way. So, because I actually asked my dad, I was like, what happens if KK does everything that she's supposed to do and Patrick still gets off. Like they're unable to convict Patrick. Do they
Yeah.
do they get to do anything more if her testimony actually doesn't help them? And the deal's been made. It's because you have to understand how the deal was made. The deal was made by the state. The judge just approved it. So the only way the deal's changing is if the DA comes back to the judge and says, "We messed up." Now, when have you ever known the government, the lawyers, the judge, to come and admit that they messed up? They gave the deal to the wrong person. What if Patrick goes, "Oh, she wants to play this game, does she? Well, let me get up and testify." And what if Patrick gets up and tells a similar story, except that she swung the bat, except that she called him and said, "It's time to clean up," or whatever, so maybe he's the cleaner upper and she's the bat swinger. What if he gets up and flips the story on her, and that's all he needs? She's the only one that's admitted to being guilty of anything. He is just, so. And do I think that's going to happen? No. I think this is going to be a hard-fought battle with a lot of video evidence, a lot of circumstantial evidence, and a testimony of a woman that's not that credible.
Yeah, the defense are going to do everything they can to discredit her, and it might not take that much. It's just scary to think that he could get off, like, OJ or whatever. It's scary.
Well, yeah, now the question. So here's the one for you. He gets off like OJ, and a year from now, he writes a book like OJ saying, "If I was going to do this." That's what OJ did. He wrote a book called Hypothetically Speaking, kind of, "If I was going to." So that's a world we actually live in. That's not a pretend world. That's the world we live in. That happened right here where we live. And so we find ourselves now going, is there a possibility this guy could get off? Possibly.
Yeah, Casey Anthony got out too. I just don't want to see any of that again. It's obvious he did this. And I'm sure that KK was more involved than she's saying, obviously there was she's turning on it, but I think maybe she was there, but that's just my opinion. But the phone kings are in Idaho, right? They have their phone kings in Idaho on that day.
Well, first of all, you have to ask what phone. Because we know that there are multiple phones at play. And so to think that they got everything, to think that the law enforcement got everything, I'm not on that game. Especially if they're letting KK tell some sort of story that she purposely pinged the phones. And so,
yeah, no, I don't buy that. Just like you said, she left the blood behind on purpose.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's good though. It's a good mystery. It's a good mystery. I mean, you gotta admit, it's a real life mystery right in front of our eyes, happening in real time, that we're being able to, well, at least I'm being able to follow, and you guys are following through online sources. Yeah, and so it's definitely a online mystery. Hi, Michelle. Hi, everybody in chat. All right. Well, hey, thank you for calling in.
Oh, you're welcome. It was a great pleasure to talk to you, Mike.
All right. We'll talk to you later. You have a good evening.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye. Well, that caller just got 20 minutes, folks. Gone. 20 minutes gone. 19 minutes gone. First caller down. That's how easy it is, folks. Live on the interweb, Dad with a phone. Let's call in late night. Who's next? Whew, we got into some crime talk there for a little bit, which is, if that's where we're going, that's where we can go. If you want to call in, the number's up. Um, anything goes. Any talk goes. Well, almost any talk. Had a good day today. Met with an underground subscriber, underground follower. Amy's like, oh, somebody's calling from Australia. Ladies and gentlemen, Down Under is on the phone. How's it going?
Hello?
You're live on the air with Dad with the phone.
Mr. Johnson.
Oh, this is Miss Murder on the phone. I thought so when it said Australia, but you never know.
You never know who else is calling from Australia. How are we?
We're doing good, and I'm doing better now that I'm getting a phone call from the other side of the world.
You are. It's quicker than a carrier pigeon.
It's quicker. And so are you. So, do you got a question for Dad? Do you got a question for Dad?
I do. I got two questions.
Two questions.
Okay, so we got a little bit of a delay here. So we got about a 4-second delay. Okay, so you were just talking about, if KK doesn't do everything right or whatever, could her plea deal be out the window, could it change or whatever? What I wanted to know was, do we know of, or is there any loophole in the legal system that she may not be aware of or that we're not aware of, that besides her committing perjury or not testifying or not agreeing to what she's agreed to, is there anything there that they could pull out and go, ha, we're going to use this instead?
The biggest answer is yes. Of course there is. Is there a way for a judge here in America to come and change his ruling, to change what he's already said? When it comes to that courtroom, the judge might as well be the Almighty. And so, but what the judge is going to do is he's going to take the advice of the state. See, remember, it's the state's deal. The judge didn't come up with this deal. The state made the deal. The defense, the people, they like to call them the people to try to say that we're on the side of the state, right? We're on the side of the people's side of the government, has made a deal with KK. Now, there is Colorado Supreme Court law, and I believe there is U.S. Supreme Court law that actually says they don't ever have to discuss the circumstances, the agreements, the way that they got to the deal. So understanding this, they may actually know, KK may have actually admitted to being in the room or being at the house. They may be protecting her from the public by letting the story be told the way it is. This may all be part of their deal. You have to understand something. They didn't make a deal with her, or she didn't tell them a thing until her deal was signed and sealed and agreed upon by the state. So the state believed so much that she had some kind of information. So to answer the question the long way is, could it happen? Absolutely. It absolutely could. Is it likely that a judge is going to say, we were wrong? Is it likely for someone to say, we made a mistake? I don't know. I haven't seen it happen. And when I talked with my father, who's been involved in these cases, he said that's even a slimmer chance of that happening than actually the chance of them getting a conviction without a body. It's a slim chance that they're going to get a conviction without a body, but it's a slimmer chance that the judge would ever go back on a signed, sealed deal. And so...
Yeah. Historically, I can't think of any
any plea deal has ever quite been like this. Can you?
Oh yeah, plea deals happen all the time, and especially when there's co-defendants and people that are, there's multiple people involved. They want to put someone in jail for murder, and they don't.
But a sixth-degree felony for cleaning up a murder scene.
Ah, wait, hey, now as far as what they gave her, I'm just telling you, she had a rock solid lawyer that must have done something they must have pulled some tricks that I never even heard
I
of.
haven't committed a crime.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you're talking about a lawyer that literally got this woman down to nothing. I mean, this was a woman lawyer. It's a woman lawyer, tall, blonde woman lawyer. She's as sharp as a tack, and she had everything in that deal, even down to the point where we're not even going to allow the news to point a camera at her face when she's talking. This woman can come down here. This woman can come down here and clean up a murder scene, but she can't hold it together to give a testimony. So I mean, this deal is a rock solid deal, and all KK has to do is remember the story she told. That's the biggest thing. She's got to remember the story. If it's a true story, it shouldn't be hard, because what's going to happen is when she gets on that stand, she gonna get ripped. But I don't think this ever goes to trial. Here's I'll give you a prediction. Maybe you got another question. What's your other question? Let me see. Let's get your other question first.
How many women are there? I've lost count.
Oh. Yeah, how many women are involved in this case?
Oh boy. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, let's see. So there's KK.
Yep.
There's Kelsey, the victim.
Yep.
There's Oma.
Yep.
There is KK's aunt.
There's the aunt.
There's the.
I think girlfriend.
Oh, well, you're asking if there's another girl involved. Like yeah. Well, if there's another girl involved, it takes us back to the same question. Well, it can't change the story, because they gave the deal out based on KK's story. So if another girl shows up in the mix that KK didn't talk about, and they found out another girl was involved via someone else, well, then it messes up KK's story, which now all of us are screaming, how the hell did she get a deal if you know she lied because she never told you about this other girl? So in my mind, if the state is going to introduce someone else, it's going to be someone else that we've already heard about, and that's going to be Oma. Do I think Oma's going to be arrested? I think she could be arrested because she was asked to give testimony. She said no, unless I get immunity, and they said no to immunity. Well,
so she pleaded the fifth, and then the judge agreed, didn't he? He said this wasn't the time or place. But I was like, this isn't the time or place.
Well, because I think what's going to end up happening is they're going to use Oma to get something out of Patrick. That's their trump card. That's their joker card. That's their wild card.
Bargaining chip. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, you got any more questions?
So there's just the third girlfriend in prison. There's not any more, because I'm hearing there's like a fourth one and a fifth one.
Well, yeah. So yeah, but I read that post too, right? And I think they said that I'm the one who said that. Right? I've read two posts now on other groups saying there's chatter with Dad with the phone from multiple girls, and I'm telling you from Dad's very own mouth that I think the only women involved are KK and Oma Fraze. Now, does Dad know everything? No, but if they made a deal with KK and they never mentioned another girl, and then all of a sudden another girl comes up in court or comes up in the trial, I mean, that's looking better for Patrick. And so I don't think the state's digging for any more women, And I don't think there's any women jumping up. I don't think there's any women jumping up going, hey, I helped Patrick. So... So I think what you're seeing now is you're seeing the counterfeits. I'm starting to call them counterfeits. And when I talk about counterfeits, the counterfeit sleuthers, the counterfeit crime people, they're trying to counterfeit up some content around this case. And it's fun. It's fun to speculate. It's fun to see the rumors fly. Oh, is there another girl? Did they get another girl in Idaho? Everybody, yeah, that's good for content, but it's just counterfeit. And so,
Yeah, it's not true.
yeah, so there you go. That's my take on that.
Cool. Excellent. All right, well, I'll let you go. Have a good evening.
Have a good evening. Thanks for coming on for a little bit. And hey, you know you can call me anytime or let me know, and I'll buzz over to your show.
Well, you know what? I'm working on a piece at the moment, and I haven't decided if I'm going. I've got it up as a live at the moment to be aired tomorrow, but I don't know. I might just record it. Either way, you might like to weigh in on it. It will be called What versus Brase, Narcissist, Sociopath, Psychopath, or none of the above.
There you go. All right. Well, I got another call in. I'm gonna take this next caller.
Okay.
All right. We'll see you. We'll see you, Miss Murder.
Yeah.
Hello. You're on with Dad with the phone.
Hey, Michael, it's Mauritian. Marie West, but also Mauritian Townsend. Marie West is my,
Oh,
new
Townsend.
name that you see me. Yeah, hey. I don't know if you recognize me at all. I've been messaging you quite a bit.
You and everyone else.
I know, but I was on the other day and I said that I went to school with Patrick.
I remember this. So you're from this area.
Yes, sir. I actually, from straight away. I mean, I grew up there. My grandparents have lived there. Well, my grandpa passed away last year, but my grandma has lived there for about 35 years, and I'm 34, so
Okay.
I've been up there my whole life, and I started following you. I don't know, probably like 2 to 3 years ago, because I moved to Pensacola with my husband. He was a former Marine. And he loved Pensacola, and so he moved us down here from Colorado. And I missed Woodland Park so much, and you had all the deers and stuff, and I kept seeing that, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll see my mom walking, and because she would drive around and stuff. And,
Yeah, definitely.
And then, I have a lot of friends that follow you. I'm not going to say their names, but I think if you look at our accounts, you'll see who they are. And so I saw you, and I was like, oh, that's so cool that there's like a news guy. And so I followed you from way back when, and then this Kelsey Barrett case took place. And my mom and dad live very, very close. I would say within like 3 to 4 minutes, if even that walking distance.
Okay.
And so does Mindy Lee with the whole high school thing. They live on the corner of, I don't want to say the address, but they live very close. They're definitely on the same block as you and Kelsey.
So are they on like Fairview or Lake?
They are on
I'm just
south.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I know where you're at. I got you.
Yep. And so you can see the high school.
Yeah.
I mean, the high school was blocks away from my house. I grew up there in that same house, and so we used to go on walks and stuff right by Kelsey's place, but way, way before she was ever there.
Yeah.
And so it was very startling to see what had happened, because that town had been quiet. I also went to school with Ruth, Joshua Maddox's sister.
Okay.
She's a very good friend of mine.
So, gosh, that could take me down a road right there. I'm really interested
I'm very
in.
involved. That's why I've been following you, and I followed very quietly, I would say, for months now. And I've been very quiet just because I'm not one to steer anything or anything, but I've just been following things, and everything you say is very true about Woodland Park. I'll say that. I've had my own experiences. It's a different town, and things are definitely kept quiet.
Absolutely. Yeah, they definitely try to keep things under wraps for sure. Well, you've said just a lot now. I have questions for you. Do you have any questions for me before I start hammering you?
No, but before you question me, I just want to say I love Muffins, and I love Ella and Mrs. Underground, and I'm so excited to be able to talk to you. And I've just been watching silently for quite a while down here in Pensacola. I do have a cold right now, so I'm sorry if you can't understand me. I've got a horrible cold. I work at a gymnastics place, and so the little kids get me sick.
No, I understand. So you said that you went to school with Patrick. Would you say, you had conversations with him, or is it more like he was at the school and I never really kind of talked to him?
He's really quiet, like I told you a few days ago.
Yep.
He was very quiet. I did have a friend, I believe, that dated him named Deanna. I can't remember her last name. I'm 34 now.
Yeah, no, I understand.
But I do know he hung with the cowboy crowd. I was kind of a butterfly. I was all over the place. I don't remember him specifically. I do remember his face, and I knew his face very clearly, and I'm thinking we must have had a class together, because for me to know him and see his face, and I actually have a yearbook, and I have his picture in my yearbook.
Oh, you need to snap a photo of that and text it to me.
You.
And
I've
text
got a
it.
few years worth, actually.
Oh, you need to snap some photos and text them to me.
Yes, and I can do that for sure.
Awesome.
And we didn't know each other, very well at all, and he was real quiet, is what I remember, and he wasn't very talkative. But again, I was a grade above him. I had a boyfriend. It wasn't, it's just not someone that, we didn't hang in the same crowd, but he was very quiet. I just was so surprised when I heard the news, because he was a quiet individual. He was no one that you would ever assume was a threat. We had those individuals in school for sure that you were like kind of on watch with, but he was never one.
Yeah, no, I understand with what you're saying there. Do you remember? So it's one of those things. He went to school. I went to school with a lot of people, and if someone were to mention some of them, I might not ever even know unless they did something. I'd be like, oh, I went to school with that guy, so I could understand kind of your relationship with him.
I remember passing him in the hall and stuff. He's a very charismatic individual, and so you definitely notice him. He was very polite. I do remember a few times, I think, where he was very polite to me. I think that's why he stuck out to me, because he was a grade below, but I think he opened the door for me a few times. I just don't remember him being someone that I would ever have thought, you know what I mean? But I don't know him very personally or anything like that, so I don't want this to seem like that. It was just more, I went to that high school, my parents were very close to where, what happened, and I did definitely encounter him a few times, but he would never seem like somebody that would do something like that.
Okay. How many people were in the class that you graduated in?
Oh gosh. Well, that year, okay, so it kind of stung, because the year I graduated 2003, so he was 2002. We were so packed, it was ridiculous. I think, and I'm just rough estimating it here, maybe a couple hundred.
Gotcha.
In my grade, but we were so packed, they hadn't added on yet. There was no aquatic center, which I think is so cool. Haven't gotten to use that yet. When I visit my parents, I will.
Yeah.
It was just so packed. We were so packed, it was ridiculous. And so, it just was a weird time. I think after 2003, they started expanding. And that was his year, actually, that it started expanding and whatnot.
Gotcha. You're not related to Mark, are you? Did I ask you that?
No, and I got that my whole high school.
Okay.
Middle school and high school, no.
Okay. Yeah.
Mark Townsend.
Yeah, Mark Townsend still runs around here, and I know him and stuff.
And his dad was a preacher, I believe.
Yeah. Yep, we're talking about the same Mark.
Yep.
I wasn't gonna call him out that close, but I was.
I'm with so my grandparents actually live right near you. I've seen kind of where you're at, and my grandparents live my grandma now, but lives right near you. She lives near the car wash.
Oh yeah, we probably pass each other all the time.
Yes. And so I walked dogs through that neighborhood in the park you talk about all the time, and so I'm very related to everything you talk about, and so I just want to say, I'm so proud of you, and so proud of Dateline, and I'm just so excited about the whole thing coming out.
Did you watch the Dateline thing live?
I did.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, you have any other questions?
The only thing I can think of is, this is kind of gross. y'all mention teeth all the time, and this is my southern. Now your wife, I know, is from South Florida, but I've been down here for 6 years, and so in the South, and so I say y'all now. But you guys keep mentioning teeth and stuff, and how we don't know how that relates. But in the affidavit and all that type of stuff, they kept mentioning teeth that he knocked out, which is just awful. I just think that, and then KK picked up the tooth that he told her to pick up and everything like that. Like, do we know if that's the same teeth that they found in the envelope?
I think that's the implications. I don't think in any way, shape, or form we will know that until they run DNA testing. So,
okay.
so the implication for what they were showing was they're trying to get probable cause. They're trying to get probable cause to keep him in jail, and to keep him in jail without bail. And so that whole pretrial, a lot of it wasn't even true. Like even the search warrants had pictures of the wrong Facebook accounts and stuff. Of people saying different
Right.
things. The whole Facebook debacle. And
Right.
so when they find these teeth at the house, and then they have the story of KK telling that she picked up a tooth, it's a good story to tell in that pretrial where they don't get to object to that evidence. They don't get to object to that stuff being read. The defense doesn't get to say, that's hearsay or anything. So all of that evidence that has to be DNA tested has to be done in front of, or the defense has to have the option to have their own expert there. And so
okay.
when people think that there's been a bunch of DNA testing done that's going to be used in court and all that, I don't believe any testing has been done, because the first thing that happens when they want to test something is the defense puts up a motion about it. So we find out they have to have a motion hearing, and so we find out about those little things.
Yep.
But I've been saying this from the second we found out about the teeth. Two kinds of people in the world that collect hair and teeth.
And serial killers.
There
Yep,
you
I
go.
gotcha.
So with that being said, did Oma Fraze keep somebody's molar teeth, or did she keep some teeth in the house from the kids, or is it possible as those
But
teeth?
I think that they said those were adult teeth, though. That's what's interesting.
Exactly. No, they were specific on they were adult molars.
Yeah,
And
I've
so-
been following very closely. Yeah. And I know from growing up in Woodland Park, like, I remember years ago, and I don't know how much time you have. I don't want to, keep you. But
Nobody else is calling in, and I'm not even we ain't even got to my questions yet. So.
Oh, okay, yes, sir. I remember years ago, there was a woman that was beheaded, because I think it was in 97 or so. And you may have to look it up. I could be wrong on my dates. But there was a woman that was beheaded, and they never even solved that. And it just got shoved under the rug, kind of like Joshua Maddox. And I bring that up because Ruth was a good friend of mine. Very good. I mean, we've fallen apart through the years just because we're getting older and different paths and things like that. But, I mean, that was a very good friend of mine, and I knew about Zach and him committing suicide and things like that. And that's, of course, why they thought Josh had left. They had thought that he just ran away and
Yep.
never really looked into it. And, Ruth and I talked to a very close event here, just 3 years ago. I remember I just moved down to Pensacola, and we were talking about things, and I was so stunned because my family out there was sending me these messages, and I was like, yeah, I know exactly who that is. And then my mom had told me about Mindy Lee, and because that is literally like a block or two from her, and so is Kelsey. And so my mom, I gotta be honest, is kind of freaked out about all this. And I don't want them involved by any means with me talking about this, but it does freak them out, and it freaks me out just because they're literally in the middle of pretty much all of what has happened up there.
So have
that's
you
just freaky.
had you ever heard the name Andrew Newman when it comes to Joshua?
No, and I was very interested when you had mentioned that in one of your lives. I had never heard that. I kept telling Ruth I thought it was the weirdest thing about Joshua, just because I just don't understand how someone can shove themselves down a chimney and put a chair in front of it. Like,
Well,
you
no.
know, that's
So
a whole
let's
other rabbit hole.
Yes. Well, no, it's a rabbit. It's a rabbit hole that
Yes,
I'm
sir.
gonna explore at very much length. I just got to figure out the
That's something
timing
that
on it.
needs it for sure. That is a weird, doesn't make sense type thing.
Okay.
But that's Woodland Park for you. They just shove stuff under the rug. So.
Well, and when you talk about like the woman that was beheaded, I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, at the
Only
post office.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that, and then
Yep.
but it continues to bring um it continues to bring to light that our coroner and our death records are stored in a storage unit still here, and the coroner turned down a.
It's new.
Well, no. The new
Yeah.
coroner is nothing. She's a placeholder because the coroner has to sit out for a couple of terms,
Okay.
and so she's simply a placeholder for the actual coroner, who is now. So the guy who was the coroner, he's now the assistant coroner, but he's been the coroner for 30+ years or something.
Oh.
He's as dirty politician as they come. He's an elected official, so I'm legally able to say that about him. He's a dirty politician. Um, but how we know he's a dirty politician is, one, he turned down a federal grant to have our death records digitized. The reason he did that is because they've made so many incompetent mistakes, they've swept so many things under the rug, that when someone goes to digitize those coroner reports, they are going to see the gross incompetence. The same thing that happened with it really is evident in the Joshua Maddox case, because the owner came out after the fact. After Al Bourne, the coroner, said Joshua climbed down this chimney, the coroner, or the owner of the cabin, comes back and says, no. I had a grate up there that was installed when that thing was built. The grate was still there when I tore the thing down, and there's pictures of it.
It's not possible.
And so, so we know for a fact that when they found the body, there was a bunch of incompetence done with collecting of evidence and all this stuff.
But that's how it goes with them. I mean, it's just like with Kelsey Barrett's case. I mean, how you have a home that was not taped off, and you have people in there, relatives and whatnot, after the crime took place. I mean, these are things that just don't happen in other cities. I mean, you have things that are separated. You know what I mean? Like if there's crime, you keep it clean, and you keep it to where you can find evidence later, not family members staying there and they're the ones that find blood, or people back in the house with the cabin with Joshua Maddox. I mean, same thing. I mean, it's just messy.
Yeah, it's small town, but they're trying, they're outgrowing themselves. We got a lot of stuff going. We got a lot of bodies turning up here that we never hear anything about.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. People. I mean, there's 2 other cases since Kelsey's. There's at least one murder since Kelsey's, and at least one suspicious death of a teenager. They're not telling the whole story on that one either. And so, again, I could.
Under wraps, like you were saying. Yep.
Well, they want to keep this. They want to keep this image up of this beautiful American town, and the housing prices is.
It was that. It was that. I mean, gosh, my grandparents. I don't know if you know where Turkey Rock is, or.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gosh, I grew up there.
Yeah.
From 3 to 5. I mean, and we had these. I loved pit bulls. My grandma had a beautiful pit bull named Scooby. I used to go there all the time and hang out with her. I mean, and then she moved to Divide, Colorado after that, and then after that they moved to Woodland Park. It's the same house right near you that they've been at for, oh my gosh, over 25 years. My parents have been in the same house for over 20 years, so I am very rooted in this system. And so I've been following you very quietly for a long time, just kind of watching, and it's just been, it's unbelievable to me. But I saw it start happening when I was in high school. There were things that I don't really want to talk about per se on here that I watched. I mean, just things that happened. I personally was taken into custody at one point by Officer Jordan. And
Okay.
if you know that history at all, you'll know kind of what I'm getting at.
I got you. No, no, I'm. Now I just
And
want. I want to call you and I want to.
yeah, no, we can talk for sure. But I just, and I do think there's great cops. I mean, I have family members that are like you that are cops and stuff. But I just think something is off in Woodland Park, and I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know what's with the cops or what it is, but something is off, and it has been for a long time. I can tell you, just being a 2003 graduate, we knew that even then. I mean, before Mindy Lee, before Joshua, before Kelsey, we knew these things. It was weird. I mean, it was just weird. Like, there was things that were just not talked about, or things would happen that were just not talked about. For instance, I think years ago, there was a kid. He was driving away or something. He got shot in the back of the head. They never even publicized that.
Oh no, no, that was the kid. Yeah, the Joyride kid. That happened right.
It wasn't really put in the news.
No, no, they weren't. They weren't gonna tell that story because that was
I know all about that too. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've been there.
Yeah, we were here when that one was here, and that happened.
Yeah.
That happened right out there by Walmart, and
And it's just weird because those type of things don't go on the main news, whereas in a normal place it would. And I just think it's bizarre. And I
Well,
always have.
I think what's happened, and I can tell you this from pretty good source, that the news has lost their budgets, right? They don't have any budgets to do any investigating work. And so what they're doing is they're just looking online. They're going to YouTube, they're going to Facebook, and whatever comes up on YouTube and Facebook, they're following those kind of stories. And so they're doing their investigations. So when someone goes, and this is how I know this. So like a case like the Chris Watts case, a lot of people have been following that, so this one will work. There are very few people on the actual public records request for that Chris Watts case. And what I mean by that is there are very few people that are actually looking into the evidence, that are getting the physical evidence from the discovery. Like after this Patrick case, I'll go in and file a core request and I'll get all the physical evidence. They'll send the videos, they're going to send the reports, and they're going to send all the court documents, you're going to know everything that happened. And so the truth is very few people are actually looking into these cases. And I know this only because since that Dr. Phil interview with the Chris Watts thing. Okay, so, and then they released the audio for the Chris Watts to the people who had filed for discovery in the Chris Watts case. So the people who had initially filed back when and paid the money to get all the discovery, those people were released the audio. Well, I saw an email on who was involved in that, and I was like, man, there's only like 10 people getting this in the whole world. Like, yeah, maybe it was 15 people or something, but it was a very small number of actual people getting the information from the court. Now, we all get the information once someone gets it and releases it, right? They put it out on their website or they put it out on YouTube, then we all listen to it. But to come to the end of the story of saying, there's not a lot of people. This is a very small. You guys are a very small genre of people that are following these cases, and because they're happening everywhere. I mean, even in this chat alone, people are like, "Have you looked into the missing woman?" Something happened here. I don't even know if I'm still live. Oh, thanks, Pooh Bear. I don't know what happened. Oh, maybe I'm not live anymore. Did I get cut off? Anyway, we might just be talking on the phone now.
That's fine.
But there's very few.
Then I can tell you my story.
Oh no!
I don't really want to tell my story
don't do that because I'm still online.
Yeah.
I thought I was offline, but maybe I'm not. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at my YouTube live. I was like, wait, did I just get bumped? No.
Well, it acts up a lot, I've noticed, for sure, compared to Facebook.
Nah, they still say we're live, so it's just my software jacking.
Hey, y'all.
She was about to tell me secrets, guys. No, but I think it really comes down to the fact that there are very few people looking into these cases. So.
Well, and I think the only reason I'm not a crying person, I try to be happy all the time. And if you talk to anyone in Woodland Park that knows me, they'll tell you right now, I'm like one of the happiest people you'll ever meet. I don't follow it, but gosh, this was so close to my parents, and just my family. And the thing is I flew back, okay, like I flew from Pensacola to Colorado, gosh, I want to say it was like 5 days before all this took place.
So but you flew back for Thanksgiving.
Not Thanksgiving because I did have to work.
Okay. But just a couple of days.
Before, yeah, to spend with my parents, and I stayed there. Okay, we're talking like 2 minutes from Kelsey's.
No, I'm with you.
In my old childhood bedroom. Okay, so I'm still, my parents have kind of course, converted it, and so I still was in there, but. We walked around. My mom has always taken that same hill. We walk around. We go around towards the lodge. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, we walked around there. We went near the park, and then we walked around there near the community center, walked up, and of course that big hill, because my mom thinks that's like really going to get some cardio. And so we walked up the big hill right past Kelsey's.
Yep.
And I just couldn't believe when I heard not even like 6 days later, that she was missing, and then to find out that someone I went to school with did what he did to her, it's just alarming. I mean, I knew girls, I will say this, I knew girls that had crushes on him. It was not me. But I did know girls, I mean, he was quiet and all, but he was someone that women were very attracted to, I will say. I mean, even in my school, they were very attracted to him. He was very charismatic, and they just seemed... he was tall, he was, and he was that tall, dark guy or whatever, but that was never me, but I did have friends that thought he was good looking, even though he was a grade below, and thank God none of them ever got with him. So,
how close were you to, so you were here when Mindy Lee, but Mindy Lee was a lot older than you, and so...
No, I was not there. So I lived in Colorado still.
Okay.
My mom had called me. I lived in, I want to say Longmont at the time. My husband is a former Marine, and then he works now for...
you don't have to tell us. You don't have to tell us.
Yeah, just different places. And so we move around a lot. And so we moved up to Longmont, and my mom had called me and said, hey, there's this girl that had hypothermia, is what she said, at the high school.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, well, really? Well, where at? And she said, behind the shed or something like that. And I was like, I think that's behind the baseball thing. Like, what was she doing back there? And I asked her, like, was she high?
Oh.
I asked my mom, I said, in the news, like, was she drugged up or something? Like, and I didn't really hear anything after that. I was busy with my own life. I had a lot going on. We've been married for 11 years, but at that time, I want to say... I can't remember. Was that like 5 or so years ago?
So
6, 7?
No, it was the Mindy Lee was 2010.
Yeah. So okay.
Yeah.
So way longer. Yeah. So either way, I was in Longmont at that time, and my mom had talked to me about it, and I just told her be careful walking because we had walked that same. There's like a gravel path. Well, at least it used to be.
It is still gravel today.
And we walked back there. Well, up there. There's a canyon to the right of that. There's like a gulch.
Yep.
Well, we had went down it. Up there, I was in the tree, and we had to run out of there. That's why I know where it's at.
No,
so I was talking to my mom, and so I was like, "Is that where the bear was?" And she said, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, gosh, Mom, like, you need to be careful walking by yourself since I'm not there." And our dog had died, our family dog. And I told her she needed to get her dog. I don't like her walking alone. And she has walked alone. And what's so scary is. And I guarantee you the day that everything took place with KK and PF and Kelsey, my mom probably walked right by there. My mom is an avid walker. She definitely didn't see anything, but I'm just saying, like, she definitely walked by there, and it just scares me knowing that she could have been so close to somebody that could have, you know what I mean? Like, what if something would have happened? Like, what if she would have seen something? Or it just bothers me. Like, it just scares me that something. I always thought Woodland Park was safe until. And I've been questioning it for years, and I told my mom this, like, there's so many weird things that have happened there, and there's even weirder things that have happened there on Rampart specifically.
Oh no, Rampart and Gold Camp got their legends for sure.
Sir, yes, and I am witness to one of those. So, very creepy things. And so I've told my mom for years, like, you need to get another big dog, and so she never did. She walks with this little lady every day, and she still does to this day. My gosh, my mom, she she still does that same stinking swear, and I don't think I could ever walk by there again. I personally just don't think I could do it. Like,
What did you witness on Rampart?
okay, so I was like 16 or maybe 17, and I had a boyfriend. He'll probably be listening to this at some point. Number one, everyone that knows me will hear this because they're all probably watching you and they're from Woodland Park and they're like, oh my gosh.
Oh well, you'd be amazed. I mean, most of the YouTubers are from out of
From away?
Yeah, from away.
Okay.
Now, at least the not the creepers. There's a couple probably that creep from Woodland that watch the YouTube. Though.
Okay. Well, so you know the North Pole,
Yep.
which I grew up at, Santa's Workshop. I love that place, and I used to feed those reindeer all the time, like how little Ella loves the giraffes
Yeah.
and all that. I loved the reindeer, and I can't remember the exact dates. Again, I'm getting old. But I want to say it was I think it was after 9/11, but it might have been before. There was a story about how the reindeer were slaughtered. All of them. And you can look this up.
Okay.
They were all slaughtered up on, and they were found on Rampart Range Road.
Oh, so
There
they were
is-
like stolen from
Yes.
and then slaughtered up on
Yes.
Rampart. Okay.
And you can look. This is very real. There is a site up there, and I've seen it with my own eyes. You know how people are. My girlfriends and I would drive up there and try to find stuff and whatnot. I don't know why we're stupid. And, well, we did find something. And there is a site up there, and I don't know if it's still there, but they had a bunch of, like, and I'm not into witch stuff by any means. I just not my thing. But they did have a bunch of, like, weird cult stuff written in and, like, on the trees on the outside of the gate. And it's hard to find. There's a big hill that goes up near the the little middle school.
Yeah, I know where you're talking about off of Kelly's Road.
Yep, there's a big hill.
Yep.
And if you go up that and you keep going up, there is a road that will lead you up into Rampart. And there is a barbed wire fence if you keep going along. It gets really, like, dark and there's no lights. And there's a barbed wire fence. Well, there's 2 trees and it has, like, carvings in it. And again, this has been, you're talking 15 or so years ago. But there was a fence and these carvings and stuff. Well, that's where they found those deers.
Gotcha.
The reindeer, and they found all of them slaughtered. And I think you could probably still look it up. I don't know if it'd be online because at that point online wasn't such a big deal. But it's definitely like if you have a library. But I'm pretty sure you could find it. It was kind of a big deal. And I don't
Interesting.
think they have reindeer to this day.
Oh, they've got reindeer back there
They've got
now.
them back.
Yeah.
They didn't have them for a long time.
Interesting. Well, that's
That's something to
crazy.
look into.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting story to look into. Well, thank you so much for calling in.
Oh, absolutely. And thank you so much for your time. And thanks for all you guys do. And thank you guys for letting me chat you up and whatnot. But I super appreciate everything you guys do. And I love seeing all your videos because I can't be home ever. I'm down here in Florida. And, I like it. But with all the hurricanes and stuff, it's been a run for my money.
No, for sure, for sure.
But I miss my snow and I miss the woods and stuff. But I love your videos.
We'll catch a plane because we're about to get hit with some, I think.
I know, I saw that. I told my mom, I texted her tonight. I said, hey, I saw you guys were getting some snow, cuddle in and get your bread and milk, like you said.
Yeah, make sure. So,
But I hope you have a great night.
well, awesome. Well, thanks for calling. We'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
All right, bye-bye. Woo. Man, that was a good one. Shoot. You can't get that anywhere. You ain't getting that on Fox and CNN. Somebody that went to high school with Patrick, knows Woodland Park, talks about all the craziness going on here, knows exactly what Dad's talking about. That's the kind of caller I like. If you want to call in, I'm going to wrap this up here shortly. We've been going for an hour and we're at 90. Oh, we got a call coming in all the way from California. You're live with Dad with a phone.
Hey, Michael.
Hey, who's this?
This is Tawanda.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
I want to tell you thank you. Thank you for all you do. You know,
Oh,
no, this comes from my heart. I'm 58 years old. I have watched cases, a lot of crime cases, and nobody has taken and clung onto a case and put their whole heart on into it like you have. And you have sacrificed a lot. Your wife has sacrificed a lot, and I'm really, really proud of you.
well, thank you. Thank you
You're a
so
good,
much.
you're a good guy. You know, I hear a lot of shit about you, and I've taken a lot of shit for you, standing up for you.
Well, you shouldn't do that because
I don't care.
I know, I know,
No, I'll fight for you. I'll
I,
fight for you.
I
You know
know.
what? I know what you're doing comes from the heart. So I don't give a shit. What they can throw shit at me. I don't give a shit.
Well, you sound like my kind of peeps for sure. Well, thank you so much. I mean, it's hard for people to take. It's hard for me to take compliments,
I know that. I know
especially like
that.
right there. So
I just wanted to come on and tell you thank you. You know, I have a lot of things to add to the case and this and that. I followed a lot of cases, and you know what? You're going down the right path. You know, and the right path too is Jay is spot on.
I love
Jay,
Jay. I love Jay.
she is spot on.
No,
You know,
no. The first time I went on with Jay, I knew, and I had a lot of people reach out. A lot of people reach out to me via Facebook and stuff. But no, Jay's on top of it. Me and Jay got some big things coming, so it's fun to watch. It's gonna be fun to continue to watch and watch Jay grow with what she's doing and help and work with her. She's got some cool stuff coming out, even just here shortly. So
yeah,
I
you guys are spot
absolutely
on.
love
I
Jay.
stand behind you, and I think everybody needs to stand behind you.
Well, really, thank you so much.
You know,
It's
you
super
guys,
encouraging.
you guys rock it. You know, you put the bullshit behind you. You put all the little trolls and the other stuff. You laugh at them, which I think is funny. And you know what?
Yeah.
And you guys roll forward. That's what I love. You know, you just laugh at them and go, whatever. Keep going.
Well, yeah, and that's why I would hope. I mean, I don't mind a troll every once in a while, but I hope that don't let it consume your mind though. And that's when
Oh
people
God, no.
when people tell me that, that they're
Yeah.
like fighting or taking grief because of this. Yeah, stay focused on what we're doing. What drives
On
us,
what you
right?
guys are doing. And
Yeah,
what you're
what
doing,
drives you?
what you're doing is you're doing it for the victims
Yep.
and their families, and you're doing it from your heart, and that's what matters.
Absolutely.
You guys are tough, you're strong, and when you keep being tough and strong, it makes me tough and strong. So just keep doing what you're doing. I just called in to say thank you.
Oh, well, thank you so much, and thanks for calling in.
Yeah, rock on.
It's awesome. We'll talk to you later.
Okay, bud.
All right,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye. I should end that one right there. I should freaking cut the live feed off. That's the kind of thing you end on right there. And so, thanks for watching Dad with a Phone. This has worked out brilliantly. It's 12:05. We've gone a couple minutes over. It's been an awesome little call-in show today. Thank you guys for watching. And I'm ending on that. I ain't taking no more calls. My phone's going off. So we will talk to you guys later. My name's Michael. You've been watching Dad with a Phone. Hit subscribe and like and whatever else you're supposed to do on these YouTube channels. And so, look at that Pooh Bear is giving all the love. I don't even want to end because it's so good, but you always. I just opened a beer. Wendy said, "Oh, you always got to end on a strong note like that." Okay, well, phone lines are closed. If you're just joining, you're gonna want to go back and listen. First of all, I got people asking how to donate. If one of the mods will put my email account is my donation on PayPal. I'll text her if somebody wants to put that up. Okay, if not, no worries. You just donated, is what you did, girl. So much. Donated to my heart. You guys are awesome. I got some really nice text just down. Everybody's telling me, oh, they don't want to call in, but they still want to tell me how much they like it, so I'm okay with that. I like some text messages that are nice. I feel all better. All kids have to be up in 3 hours. Shell, you need to go to bed. Oh, thank you, Amy. Thanks for calling in. And it was awesome. You guys are freaking rock. Lace with Lacey put up my PayPal. Colorado Crime Con did too. Jenny, I saw your phone call come in. I'm sorry I didn't take it. Next time, girl. It's already late. It's 12 o'clock. Good show. That's a good one. Sometimes, like you hit one out of the park. Psh, perfect guest. Perfect call-in guest. So, thanks again. My name's Michael. You've been watching Dad with a Phone. Make sure you subscribe, like. Go over to Facebook. Go over to YouTube. Go over to all the other networks. Go hound the people over at NBC and be like, we need more Dad with a Phone on the next show. Actually, I'm not joking on that. You can hound those corporate entities all you want. Go after them. Tag Dad with a Phone. Don't watch alone.